Yeah.
Yeah, I put 3 solutions. I overtake.
Okay, there is no solution.
Huh? What should I intercept?
Yeah.
There shouldn't be a solution because your plot. Okay, wait ah. By right, when you draw right, your graph ends here. You shouldn't be drawing this. Your graph, the table of values only asks you to draw from 3 to -3. Or -3 to 3. So you stop there. Although your theory tells you it extends to infinity, there's going to be intersection. But you only follow what is given in the graph. So your graph asks you to draw until here, you draw until here, no intersection means no intersection. Don't use your theory here.
But it still intersects, though. So that's not the x-axis.
Joe, what question is
No,
that?
so you end here. Your graph is only until here. But when you draw the line y equals to 7, it doesn't cut at all.
Joe, what question is that?
C.
This is part C. Okay, so how to get y equals to 7? Marking scheme we get. So the line does not intersect the graph because there's no solution. So can you all note this down? In fact, we were tempted to give your marks when you all write one solution. Okay, but the range is given as such that the graph stops here. You're going to extend it on your own. So you shouldn't have solution here. Okay? Okay, almost there already. Okay, next one is the tangent. They ask you to draw a tangent line at here. This point. So by right, it should be roughly a tangent line that looks like this. Equidistance on both ends. And then your gradient, if it's correct, we accepted any number from 0.3 to, where's my gradient value?
So I put 1.5.
But I put 5 by 5. I got it. My graph is
To 3.
shape, but I got it.
Okay, we accepted a very wide range for your gradient. Yes.
What's wrong with the gradient 1/21?
It's smaller than 0.3 out of range. Okay, wait. Don't walk first. I need to finish this so that you can bring the paper back.
So it's not done.
Why I can't put my gradient?
One last question.
No, it's smaller than 0.3.
But why?
Out, pull off.
But I thought you can take from any point.
No, must be at that point.
What?
Must be at this point. They give you what? -26.
Wait, what? Are you serious?
Yeah.
No.
Yes. Then it's in range. Oh, sorry. Did I check the range wrongly?
This one.
Hey, give me a while.
Hello. Miss.
Give me a while.
Can I see your graph?
I think they gave a range that day. Maybe I wrote it wrongly.
Mine is
Mine.
Sorry, to 2.3.
Whoa.
Sorry,
one is there.
Down,
One is
down. This is mine.
to 2.3. My bad. 0.3 to 2.3. Okay, because some of you, right? Okay, let me finish it. 2 parts only. Wait, what you want?
Give me correct. You gave me a correct and then when you put me the mark.
I should have one mark.
Yeah.
Okay, later I check.
Yeah, you get one.
Okay, listen. Okay, some of you assume that this was the turning point. When you draw the graph, it was like that, right? So your tangent was like that. That's why you were far off. But we still gave you the drawing of the tangent mark. Okay, then last one. When you draw the line, this one and this, and make it pass through, This will earn you 2 marks. Some of you never do this question at all. You totally never draw the line, which is a pity. And then the last answer here, the point of intersection, we accepted a range. This is the model answer. But if you give me anything from 2.4 to 2.8, we accepted it. Anything from 0.5 to 0.9, we accepted it. Can you just double confirm that I didn't
You know, because at my graph,
shortchange you?
I got like 2 intercepts. I literally picked the right one to begin with.
Okay. Okay. Okay, this.
Sure, I really good. But doesn't the graph itself interesting?
Minus 2, 6. Yeah. But if you plot all the points out, this is the curve that you will see. Okay? So what are the marks?
Sure, am I the only one that...
1 mark for the plot. 1 mark for the curve. The smooth curve. And 1 mark for the axis. Okay. Okay, the setter was very linear now, because the setter gave you the axis. So by default, I think all of you get the axis marks. It was like a giveaway, because the scale for the x-axis and the y-axis were all marked out for you already. So that's why it's like give you 1 mark for free. Okay, after you plot it out and your curve passes through all the points, this is what you will get. Okay, I have some of you. Your point is here. And then when you draw, you try to make it turn at this point. And then it looks awkward. Same thing. When it passes through here, you force it to pass through like that. Okay? Then you see that your graph is a bit skewed. Okay, listen Okay, listen. If you want to perfect your A1, you don't listen to this, then you will miss out. That's the problem with the boys in the class. You always get complacent. Do very well, is it? For this test only. Is it a very difficult paper? It is not. So don't be too complacent. There's always other types of questions that we can ask and make it tougher. If you look at the graph question, it's in nowhere comparable to the ones that you do for your practice. The coordinate geometry questions as well. I don't find any one of the questions super tough in the paper. The indices question is a bit different because it requires application of a few laws, but it's still not difficult. Okay, if you ask me. So please, okay, pay attention when I try to tell you things. Okay, this is not the first time you have been tested on a graph like that, where a lot of you don't get the smoothness of the graph. I think I have less than 5 of you who got 3 full marks for this part, because your curve is not smooth. Why? Because you force it, you assume that it turns here, and it doesn't. Okay, in fact, it should go slightly higher. So how can you tell whether your curve turns there or not? Pick a point that is neighboring to 2. You can choose a 2.5. Sub into the equation and find the corresponding y. Okay? Then you mark a little point there using a dot, not a cross, so that I can't tell. Okay? So you put a little dot there. How to perfect your curve is that at all the turning point, right? If you want it to turn nicely, if you have all the plots there, you can just join them nicely and your curve will turn nicely. So you can in fact sub in a few points and then you will realize that it doesn't turn at that point that is given. Same thing here. You sub in a few points, I don't know, 1.8 when x is 1.8. Then you will get a corresponding y value, right? Mark with a dot. Don't mark with a cross. And then when you do that, right, you will realize that your graph goes lower than the point that is given in the table of values. And when you realize that, your curve will be smooth and it will not look awkward.
Sure, on the easiest thing is just write in French.
Yeah, but when you all use the French curve, be careful. Some of your curve looks very interesting. It's like that. Then it caves in.
Sure, my curve the best.
Yeah, when it caves in, I cannot give you the mark. It shouldn't. It extends to infinity. So it shouldn't cave in. Some of yours is like 2 points here, right? When you try to turn, then because you are using the French curve, right, it turns in. So when it turns in, I cannot mark you correct. Okay, the next one is the solution part, where the numbers are all listed out and you are supposed to change it. Then make sure every decimal point is there. Don't go and round off. Okay, this one.
Okay, this one.
Read the question. It says, can you indicate clearly the coordinates where the graph crosses the axis and the maximum point? So they want the coordinates. So first thing first, the shape, turning point, make this 0. So it's minus 4, 9. Line of symmetry, x-intercepts, you will sub y equals to 0.
Sure, I can't change this. Can I also change this?
No, why you want to change to where?
To go to there.
So plus minus 3, x is minus 7, x is,
So, but I thought you said 0 is not an integer.
0 is an integer.
since when?
That day I was confused for the consultation. You said
You
0.
asked if it's positive or what, something, right?
No, it was an integer.
Yeah, sure, if they say positive.
0 is an integer. Any whole number is an integer.
Sure, wait, no,
That's not the whole number.
0 is a whole number.
Sure. But if they say like positive or negative integer, is 0 counted in it?
No,
So if they say positive or negative, we don't count.
don't.
Prime number also don't.
Yes,
Prime number it is?
positive. Starts from 2 onwards.
Is 0 a prime number?
No, starts from 2
So
onwards.
if there's only integer, then only 0.
Okay, so when you sub x as 0, you will get minus what?
Sure, you know like last
7.
minute, I remember that negative 1 is also an integer. Last minute, so you got me my A1.
Okay, so here minus 1, minus 7, and then minus 4, 9.
Oh gosh, I know I messed up my x.
Do you want to see my graph?
You want to see my graph?
No, I think you want to see mine. She confirm A1 now. If I can get A1, she confirm A1. Bro.
Okay, so here, this one is a minus 7.
My porcupine graph.
I need to see this. This, as well as all these intercept values. This is your second mark. The shape is 1 mark. The coordinates and the intercepts are 1 mark.
Sure, what's wrong with my shape, bro? It's a quadratic.
I gave you 2 marks.
But what's wrong with my shape?
No, it's just not perfect.
Of course it's not perfect, child.
Okay? So coordinates of the turning point, 1 mark. Your intercepts, 1 mark. So altogether 3 marks. So some of you missed this out, so you lost 1 mark. So read the question. When in doubt, you might want to write all down when you are unsure. Then you won't lose marks for nothing. Okay, this is the safest. Can Okay, next one. Okay, I know some of you don't have corrections, but please, the others need to listen to this. Okay, one look at it, you know it's exponential. So just copy this. That's it. No explanation involved. This is the exponential graph that you should memorize.
So you know like 5 minutes before the exam, I realized that like this is an exponential. 5 minutes before, then like, I realized it.
Okay, so lucky.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. Simultaneous. You have to split.
Joe, why you write n?
Yeah, what you write?
Because you are supposed to find the intersection of both the
Joe,
solution.
when the teacher taught us, right, he draw line. He didn't say
Draw line is also okay, but good to have the end.
So like Mr. Po just draw like never right?
Yeah, but it's okay, it's okay. But just that.
Exam, right, if we write a line right, in O level, will we be?
No, it's okay. Okay, this one. Okay, at this moment, I still have people who mix up the division. It's 7 over 11 in this case. Okay, not 11 over 7. So be careful about that. Then this part, if you cross multiply, 10x minus 8, 9x minus 3.
5 is greater than or equal to.
So you will get 5. So you need to find the overlap of the two solutions.
No, I didn't even find the point.
So 7, 11 is about here. So
Sure, but B is
greater,
different.
lesser than or equals to.
Sure. B is a different thing.
Okay, wait. So lesser than or equals to, you find the overlap. So your final answer, this is a strict inequality. This is the one with an equal sign. So between 7 over 11 and 5. So the answer is here. You find it. Okay, part B is minus 1 and 1/3, including 3. So if I put this on the number line, minus 1 and 1/3 is here. 1,
Sure, if it's
2,
not in order, will you
3.
penalize?
It's okay. So what are the integer values? Minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Because this includes.
I didn't miss out minus 1 this time.
Yeah, so all the points.
Sure, why is this wrong?
Why?
Why is this wrong? I flipped twice.
This one I must show. Okay, so if you ask me, the first question, standard form, some of you lost marks because you round off to 3 6 feet. The sketching, you lost marks because you never label the coordinate. Okay, and then this question, some of you left out the minus 1, some of you left out the 0. So minus 1 here, minus 1 there, in the end, your A is gone. Okay, so you need to be very careful. No, You need to, okay, next one. Are you still copying? Okay, this one. This is the one that I have a few of you who got it wrong. Okay, first thing first. There's 2 ways you can approach this question. You can choose to apply the formula to both of it first. For those of you who prefers this way. So, I show you first method.
Sure, but how would you double flip?
Okay, wait. I don't show you double flip first. I show you this method first. For those who did it this way, you will get minus 20 and 5. Okay? So whenever you are confused, don't know what to do, actually you can rewrite it as, okay? And what is this? This is 1 over x 20 times, flip this. So your final answer is actually x 20, y 5.
Huh? So why you flip the y?
Why I flip the divide means I keep change flip, remember? So this one to this one is actually using this rule.
Sure, but double flip?
Okay, so this is method 1. For those of you who prefers this, you can do this. Next one. The other group of you, okay. Okay, if you change this to positive, you are supposed to flip these 2 numbers without changing anything to the number. So y minus 2 is on top, x8 is on top. x8 is below, sorry.
Sure, but wouldn't the y minus 2 turn into?
You don't do anything to it first because changing the sign, you just flip the 2 numbers. Don't go and flip and then you confuse yourself. So next step, you multiply the power in.
Sure, but y is still negative 2.
Okay, so that's what you have. Okay, so it's the same thing again. Y minus 5 divided by x 20. So this is like 1 over y5 times, keep change flip. So you still get this answer.
Sure, but then right, why can't you just double flip at the start?
What
Like,
double flip at the
Double
start?
flip at the start, like you flip the thing, then you get like positive 5 over 2, then you flip again, and then you get...
No, when you flip, it's at the bottom one.
No, like...
You're supposed to bring the y up, but the x you don't touch. No, the x you cannot touch. It's a few times already. 12 divided by 3, 4. X squared minus 5. Y cubed minus negative 2. So you end off with x minus 3, y 5. So how to make it positive? This is a whole number, right? So only the one that is negative, you bring it down and make it positive. The rest, don't touch.
So then
How did I get this correct?
we
But
make
the other
the
one
thing
wrong.
into a fraction, then we will make it over 1 and then
Yes,
So, I don't know how did I get this correct, but I don't know wrong. They both follow the same thing.
same concept, yes. Okay, next one. 81 is 3 to the power of 4. 1 is anything to the power of 0. So it's 3, 0. So combine this. So once they have the same base, you can compare the power. So x plus 4 is 0. X is minus 4. That's it. So those of you who got this wrong is because you wrote this wrongly. Okay? I hope you find it okay. Okay, next one. Most of you got this correct. Okay, this one is even simpler. I believe the coordinate geometry questions that you practice is way harder than this. Okay, first, this one. This is the equation. One look at it, you know this is 9. Because this is your y-intercept. Okay, so A is 0, 9. That's number 1. How to find this? You sub y as 0. 3x is 9, x is 3. So it's 3, 0. That's how you get. Most of you got this right. The last one. I told you all before, right? Perpendicular distance, shortest distance, you use area. So first step, area of OAB is half times base times height. So half times 3 times 9, because this is 3 and this is 9.
Actually,
It's fine. Okay, so what do you get here? 13.5. If you can get this, is 1 mark first. The other mark, this is what I want to find. Let x be the shortest distance. So I can use half times AB times x.
AB is like 9.4A.
So how to find AB? You use Pythagoras theorem. So 3 square plus 9 square square root. So you will find that x is just 2.85. Okay, so answer 1 mark. Length AB 1 mark. Okay, almost there. Last question. Okay, last question. So value. Okay, first one. Value of P. Sub in x as 2. So this one, all of you got it right. You should get 6. It stops at 3. So they ask you, how many solutions do you have for this? Remember, the left hand side must be the same as this. So at the beginning, you keep this, right? But you're short of a +2. So you should plus 2 on the left hand side, plus 2 on the right hand side. So you realize this is your y. Y is equals to 7. So what's the solution? There is no solution because it doesn't cut the graph at all. Okay? I'll show you the marking scheme. This one I have solution. I can't draw here. So let me